Thank you so much for joining us for another in our series, A Story to Tell. Today we have with us Mrs. Marcia Williamson, and she'll be sharing her story with us. Auntie Marcia, thanks for joining us. Looking so lovely in your red blouse.
Thank you.
So, Auntie Marcia, we're just going to get straight to it. Tell us about your early years growing up. Where were you born?
Well, I was born in Trelawney,
Trelawney?
Falmouth. Yeah, my mother said I was born on King Street, 12 King Street.
Yes, you're born at
Trelawney.
home in those days.
No,
Hospital?
no.
Oh, you're one of the few persons who born at the hospital, like most
Yeah.
persons in the country that's born at home.
Yes, but it was kind of different with my mother because my mother, she was a registered nurse.
Oh.
Yeah, very brilliant little lady.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister, my smallest sister and myself, we were born in Trelawney.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was born in St. Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because in those days, they used to shift nurses, registered nurses from
Rotate them around.
right, from country to country. So two of us were born in Trelawney and then one.
So what is your mom's name?
Her name is Miss Esther Roach Logan.
Esther Roach Logan. So she was married before.
Yes, her maiden name is Roach.
Yeah. And she was married to Mr. Logan.
Right.
And what is your dad's name?
My dad.
Your dad, yeah.
Logan, Vincent Logan.
Vincent Logan.
George Logan.
Vincent George Logan.
Yeah.
So they had two of you at the time?
Three of us.
Three of us in
girls.
total, three girls.
Well, call it four because my mother's first child, it was born stillbirth. It was a boy. Yes, and after that she had three girls.
So that's the three sisters.
Yes.
So how far apart are you? Like 2 years apart?
Yes, two and three.
Two and three. So you're pretty close.
Yeah.
And what are the name of your sisters?
My sisters is Dawn Logan, Joy Patricia Elaine Logan. That is my first sister.
She's the eldest one.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah, she's the eldest one. And my last sister, her name is Dawn Allison.
Logan.
Was Logan, yeah, but she's married now.
She's married now.
No, her name is
And you're the middle one.
Yes.
Okay, so the three girls growing up. Which school you went to in Trelawney?
In Trelawney, I don't remember those things.
Too long ago?
Because guess what? We had moved to Black River. No, I went to Black River Primary because most of the time my mother bored us out. Yeah, we were all bored out. We were always boarding out and having like helpers and all those things. So
Because she had to be working and...
yes, and going to and fro. So we had to.
So what year were you born, if you don't mind me asking?
1958, no problem.
1958. So that makes you how old now?
I am 65 years old.
Oh my God.
Last month I was 65.
65 years old and looking good. So Black River Primary School, how were you as a child growing up? You used to behave yourself or give a lot of trouble? You used to love to read or you love to play or how were you?
Boy, let me tell you the truth. Lestine, boy, I vividly remember I used to fight for my sister, the little one. I don't know that them say, all right, I was born the 6th of November, them say Scorpio. I'm not trouble people in the Lestine. But you see, when you trouble me, trust me.
You get sting.
Yes.
By the Scorpion.
Yes, I don't want nobody trouble my sister. Them. But anyway, the smaller one, she wasn't like me. She was kind of like quiet and soft. Even the big one, she's soft too, you know.
So you're the roughest one with all of them?
Yes, man, at the time.
And you look so soft now.
And that me I tell, at the time. That's why it's so surprising that I'm so kind of, have this like a soft nature sometimes. I used to fight for her one day, man. Something happened in school. I really don't remember, but I remember when we drew a little crowd because they were encouraging me. Yes, man, I said, fight fair, man, fight fair. So anyway, we got a little crowd and in those days, them said them have a little something. Them you put it in your hand and say, hot fire. The bottom man box it out. And you know me go so, what and box it out and box it for the other girl. And that's how we start to fight. Yes,
So who part that fight?
Eh?
Who part that fight now?
The children them part the fight and so, you know.
And that is at Black River Primary?
Black River Primary, come I fight for my sister.
Okay.
I mean, no one, nobody trouble my sister. She not trouble people. I mean, I trouble people, so don't mess with us.
So were there any other incidences after that, or people learned the lesson? Said don't mess with these sisters.
Learn the lesson right there. So I remember fighting again. Trust me.
So after you leave Black River Primary, where you went on to?
At one point, this thing. At one point, our mama took me to Kelly's, Clarendon.
So you're on the move again?
Board me out again.
On the move again?
Yeah, because she was working all over. Even when we were at Black River, she was the top nurse down by Newmarket. I don't remember 1 year.
At St. Elizabeth?
Yes, when Newmarket was just flooding and whatever. We had to, go down there because she was the top nurse down there and stuff like that.
So, where was your father at this time?
Listen,
he took a walk?
That is one of the... I don't know my father.
You don't know Mr. Vincent?
Don't know him. No. When my bigger sister... She said she knew him.
Yeah, in the early part he was there.
Right. And he left my mother, went to England. He migrated to England. Yes, and left her with the 3 girls. So I don't know nothing about him. Me and my small sister, we don't know anything about him. But the big one, she says she knows him. I don't know him.
Oh, so he was...
And when he migrated, after a while, my mother must have realized that he was coming back, so she just gazette him. Came in the Glean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then divorce and stuff like that.
So it was pretty much a single parent type of thing growing up.
My mother had it very rough. It's a good thing she had a profession, Because listen, I can tell you, I'm from a decent background, very decent. My mother, I know her until she died. I've never heard her spoken, like patois, so broken language. Never. Proper English. Only me chat bad when me ready. You understand? And she always corrects us, Marcia, so and so and so. Even sometimes when school was on holidays and I used to send down Kai down to the country to stay with her. It's when she came back to town. People used to say, boy, if a foreign she come from us, because of how my mother spoke, and she trained her that way.
So after Kelly's in Clarendon, you moved to another school, or you stayed there for a while? That was a high school?
Kelly's?
Yeah.
No, my primary
still
school.
Primary. So 2 different primary schools.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us when you went to a high school now.
And let me tell you how, after Kelly's, I think we migrated to Kingston.
Okay, so you could...
Yeah, because I'm from a young...
Was it the job that bring her up to Kingston?
The
as
job
a nurse?
Yes, because she came to Kingston, we migrated to Kingston. Boy, I can't remember so many places. We lived at Portland Road. We live at Windward Road because we were just moving from here and there because she was nurses at different places. And I think at one point she was at KPH. She was all over the place. On the move. Yeah. And she got me into Camperdown High School. I didn't really pass an exam to go there. She got me to Camperdown High School.
So at what age you started going to Camperdown?
Listen, to be honest with you, I don't remember.
That's fine.
But it's from first form, so that may be about 11, 12.
So you're about 12 years old?
Yeah, 11, 12.
Don't stress yourself over the dates, man. That is fine.
Because sometimes I can't remember them.
So all the girls were going to Camperdown as well, the other 2 sisters?
No. My other sister. No, Dawn. Because she was the youngest one when we went Kingston. So she took the common entry and she passed for Woolmer. She was going to Woolmer's. Yeah. And Joy now, she went to, I don't remember, she didn't go to a high school, but I don't remember if it's elementary, they call them or something like that. Yeah,
because up until one point there was no primary and high, just elementary.
Elementary, yes. But I tell you that she was a very brilliant girl. My last is a very brilliant. We had mommy tried to give us not mommy or mama we call them in that time. Tried to give us very good education and stuff like that.
So going to high school, what you wanted to be in terms of career?
Yes, I definitely know what I wanted to be because, yes, I love typing. So I always want to be a secretary. Always want to be a secretary. Yeah. And growing, while listening, I don't know, I was so messed up. I don't know why I was messed up, but I stopped going to school when I touched fourth form.
Why?
Listening,
Couldn't bother no more?
only God He knows. And sometimes every time I think about it, I used to cry about it. I said, God, why me mess up my life? My mother was so disappointed in me. And it's not like I was a person who loved to follow company. And I remember this one girl was my friend when I living in Heartbreak. Because, you know, when we moved to, backtrack a little, when we moved to Kingston, as I said, we went all over. Then the last time we went to live in Harborview. I lived at Real Avenue, I lived at Lagoon Avenue, and I lived at Martella Drive. Martella is where we were the longest. That is where my mother was and stuff like that. And I made this friend, you know what I mean? She used to flex and whatever. And I vividly remember I started to kind of follow her a little because you know why I liked the ITAL thing. As one time she was a dread and you know she used to smoke and them something else. But what I did, I just stopped going to school. Why I don't know, and then I started to tie my head. I never dread it or anything. Don't I stop comb my ears still and just tie it and whatever. And my mother was so disappointed, and I just don't know why. I don't
So
know.
you're still living with your mother at that time?
Yes, I was living with
So
my
how she managed that now?
I don't know. I just don't know. She was heartbroken, you know, because she was trying to give us her best because she didn't have a husband, you know. And it was just she alone. And but I mean, no, I
And
just
she
don't.
said, look how Marcia going astray now. Looking back over that period of time in your life, how do you feel about it now and how you think it affected your mother really and truly deep down?
Yeah, I think it affected my mother very badly because for me, I think that is why my mother decided to leave because at one point she called us and spoke to us and told us that she's going to leave and I didn't go back to the country. But we were big girls. My youngest sister, she left her with somebody up in the hills. And then my sister and I, the eldest one, we went on our own. Joy went on her own. I went on my own.
You remember what age you were when you went on your own?
Yes, about 16, went up to 17.
16. So that was like probably 2 years after you stopped going to Camperdown?
Or so, yeah, yeah.
So when you say on your own, where you lived?
I lived at Laguna. My mother, she just think that she was still responsible, although she was leaving us, you know. So she got a room on Lagoon Avenue for me, and she paid the rent there and so on. So anyway, at that time, that is that time, little before she left, I met Kai's father.
What's his name?
Conrad Mullins.
Conrad Mullins.
Yeah, but them call him Balance. Him used to work for. He used to play for Harborview. He's a footballer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you met him?
I mean, I tell you, listen. I tell you, listen, man. Me not so easy forget, you know. Trust me, not so easy forget. That man bothered me. I don't know where him see me from. Anyway, he must know. He was watching me all along. And, you know, one day he approached me and stuff like that. And, you know, told me that I'm a nice girl and whatever. You know, them look at argument there. So.
Other ways.
And trust me give him a warm time.
Yes.
Over and over, and I wouldn't give up. Because reason being, he was very tall, you know, tall, dark, and handsome, and then he played football. I couldn't bother with those men.
Yeah, because you trouble that.
Yes,
too popular.
man. Yes, too popular. But I don't know, this man just in my skin so much.
Persistent.
Yep, very persistent. Trust me. Till I don't know, one day me just give up.
You
I
just
me
say,
just,
all right, maybe not so bad after. Let me just
yeah,
try
give it
and
a
see.
try. Yeah, I gave it a try and stuff like that. And listen, one thing I can tell you, as I told you, my mother, very decent lady. When he came to see me, she would say, Marcia, let him sit on the veranda
Veranda.
or the carport and we can sit and talk and stuff like that. And that we did, and we were getting into more. I was falling for him and all of that, coming and going, yes, getting used to him and stuff like that. And
So what you call him? What you used to call him? Conrad, or you call him Balance?
we used to call
What
him
is your little name for him?
by now, we used to call him again. A balance, we used to call him.
Balance.
Yeah,
Okay.
balance, we used to
So
call
you
him.
have balance that go steady, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I say this thing looks serious.
And then, that lesson, when you're young and full of them days are still, one day we were talking and sitting on the veranda and talking, and he said to me, Marcia, I love you so much. Do you want to have a baby for me?
Oh my God. And tell me you said no.
Let's see, I don't know when he yes come out of my mom, I just say yes.
Oh my God. So probably
Just
deep
like
down
that,
you wanted a little baby to,
Me
a little company.
because I was falling in love with this man so much.
You were blinded by
Yes,
his.
I got blinded by. Yes, and I didn't want to leave him again. And I said, when I hear that man come out with it, I said, baby, oh my God, what did I do?
So you were working?
Not working. No, about work them time.
So he was working or him get a little
He was working, man, and football and so. He was working because he's a very intelligent man. Brilliant. Him can you get it from? Trust me.
Mr. Conrad
Yes,
Mullins,
man.
aka Balance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how long after now you decide to have the baby? Because you don't make up your mind say you gotta have the baby now.
Yeah, because I got pregnant when I was 16, late 16, because I had her about 2 months before me 18, so I was 17. 17 and a couple months, because she was born in September 1976. So
how was that experience going into the hospital?
for the first, right? Oh boy, that was an
And you were pretty young still.
Yeah, I was pretty young.
They take good care of you at the hospital.
Very, very good. I can't give University of the West Indies Hospital any bad name. They're very good, very good. And I vividly remember this lady, this nurse who looked after me. Her name was Miss Nurse Johnston, not Johnston, or Johnston. She was such a sweetheart, and she took very good care of me.
Big up yourself, Nurse Johnston.
Yes, big up yourself. Yeah, if she's alive still.
If she's alive. But tell me now, you tell your mother that you were pregnant, or you're keeping this a secret? Because she gone back to the country now.
Yes, man. I told her that I was pregnant.
You call her and tell her?
That's the how it went. I think I not call her in those days. We never really have phone and them something there. But I guess I just don't remember.
So what was her response? What was her response? She was.
Yeah, she was. So she got be disappointed because that's not what we had planned for my.
That's not on the plan.
Yeah. So but my mother, she's not gonna still turn away from us and stuff like that, and so And
so you had Kai Mullins as your firstborn.
And when she born, she weighed 8.5 pounds. Yeah, they had to. I should have told her. They had to deliver me with forceps because. Backtrack a little. From I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with rheumatic fever from a very tender age, 5 years old, and it kind of affected me growing up. I used to have to live on penicillin. Yeah, every
So you were kind of sickly growing up.
Very sickly. Yeah, man, very sickly.
So they had to do what with the delivery now?
They had to. They said they had to. Use forceps. Start using forceps to deliver her because of the heart. They don't want the heart to collapse and those things, So, but the delivery was good. It was rough, but it was good.
So how did it feel now being a young mother, having your little baby girl?
Um, it didn't really feel any way out of the way because I was so capable of doing things from I was small. I was such an industrious person, very industrious, So I don't know. It just worked for me. I don't know. It just worked for me. I could manage the baby, and then when we were at UE, when we used to go like the clinics, and so they used to teach us how to look after the babies and all of that and bathe them and whatever. And I took in everything, so I really didn't have a hard time after she was born and stuff like
So you
that.
continued living at that house that your mother was playing the rent, or you're moving with Mr. Balance and just balance
I
it out.
should have told you when I was living at, she left me at Lagoon. But no, his father, they have a house up by Orion Avenue, at the top of Orion Avenue.
That's still
so,
up of you.
Yeah. So they have space up there, so him just tell me to come and stay. So I just move out. And he said, well, me up on my own, might as well, me not have no parents around me or whatever. So I moved up there. There's where Kai was born, Orion Avenue.
Orion Avenue.
Yeah.
So your mother never have that expense to pay.
No, he
again.
looked after me and all of that and stuff like.
Okay. So did you have any more children for Balance?
No.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
So how did that relationship end?
Well, no, Lestine, this is a sore point. One day I was at home. I'm a nice little baby and whatever. He told me that, well, after a long time, I knew that he had other children. I didn't know. He didn't tell me.
Never revealed that part to you. Oh my.
When me and him didn't got into some argument, I asked him why didn't he? He said, according to him, he said he didn't want to lose me to them. Anyway, one day I was at home, I think it was Saturday, and he asked me to press a suit for him. I was pressing a suit, From my knowledge, he was going to a football function. Well, when I got to realize, somebody came to me and said, Marcia.
Hope it's not a baby dedication in my going on.
Baby dedication? It better if it was a baby dedication.
Where was he going?
Here's the balance I get married.
No, man.
Me said, what?
You run with that person and say foolish is you talking.
Oh my God. Me said, what?
No.
Getting married? so that the suit that I was pressing for him.
Is he wedding suit?
Is in wedding suit.
Oh man, him can't be real. Balance sound like him become half balance.
Listen, I was so broken.
Oh my.
I was so broken.
So what you said to the person?
After that,
You said to the person, said, no, not like that.
Them time, say me love cry. I'm start ball. Because I'm that.
You believe.
Me believe. Yeah, because me start ball. Because I say, me not expect somebody come tell me that, you know, and it's a lie. So.
So that was the day before the person tell you? Or it was when they tell you, before the wedding?
I think it's the same day I was pressing the
the same Saturday.
Yeah. And I think the girl, after it's true, after, I think she took me down the place where they got married, It's a place on the main road. I don't even remember what it named at that time. It's a place on the main road near to the cinema. They had a cinema.
Did you drive in?
Yeah. Right. They had a little club thing or restaurant thing or whatever. And the person took me there and showed me there. That is where he's getting married and all of that.
So did you confront him about it and ask him?
You mean
after?
Yes, but remember I am at his home and the thing is in Alestine. He got married and he came back to my house. His father's house. The same night.
So you never bother go on the honeymoon?
I don't know, my dear. Right back to my house.
This sound very, I don't know, unbelievable.
Sometimes I used to cry and so, because I remember those things, say, God, what is this?
So you finally admitted to it? You asked him and he said, yes, it's true?
I spoke to him and guess what he says now? He's saying that he just got married for, to go away and whatever, because she was a person, I think she migrated after. And she must be wanted him to come, but he said that it's not really because of love.
It's a
Love
business
is a
marriage.
right, and I must not get married and all them something there or whatever. But me never pay that no mind, because in them times I mean, I think people for just play with marriage like that, because you want to go America or whatever. So I just, say them time them it on soft soap already and whatever. So let's see, after that,
They decided to leave.
decided to leave. I just packed my things, took up my baby, and I just went.
So how old was Kai at that time?
Kai was a couple of months.
Oh, she didn't reach 1 yet.
No, because it's when I left, I was living in Central Kingston, run by Campbelltown Way. I got saved when she was 11 months, so I left her. And when I left and I went to Central Kingston, he followed after me. Yes, he followed after me. He came because according to him, he loves me and all of that and blah blah blah. But I was so hurt. I didn't want that relationship and then something there. So that kind of
decided to move on.
Yes, I just moved on.
So where you
with my
stayed
life.
in Central Kingston with somebody?
I was with my aunt. I went around with my aunt.
That's your mother's sister?
Morgan, yeah, but foster.
Foster,
really, because I should have told you that my mother is the only child. Yeah, I don't really have family. My mother's only.
Not a big family.
No, yeah, she's the only child. Yeah, so I went to my aunt's house. So she took me in, and then afterwards she got somewhere, same place on that road for me, rented a little place and stuff, and I was there staying. Was working, my mother still look after me. There was this person who she sent up like every weekend with money and food and all them something there for me same way, So I was being looked after, so. And he came there, pesting me and blah, 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 blah.
They never fall for it this time?
No.
Get serious now?
No, never fall for him. I never want to go back to him at all. But it happened now that when I was there was this young man. That is my husband, He was always admiring me from I was small, because when I came to town, I used to come to that's the same art one front. And he used to admire me and blah, blah, blah. So finally now I've moved in the area and he came to me and...
What's his name?
Carl Williamson.
Carl Williamson.
Yeah. Otherwise known as Fata.
Fata. Yes.
He came and, said he liked me. He has always been admiring me and all of that. And, he would like us to be friends and stuff like that. And, I told him I would think about it, and still going and coming and going and coming. So to me, just, maybe into it. And one day I was there, he was down my house, call him Tony, because his name is Carl Anthony Williamson, so I'm calling Tony. Tony was down there with me. And balance came through the gate.
That's a confrontation right there.
Yes, same just come straight in, no. I think be the same man I am. So he just came through and came right in. Carl Williamson. He was so frightened that him start talk pure foolishness, because him like him never know what to do,
Yes.
This man come back and me don't want him to listen.
Also, you knew about him, but you think he was out of your life.
Right. Because I'm not expecting him to come around there. I don't invite him around here and whatever, I'm going to tell you, so that was something, that was another trauma, but I'm going to tell you, it was something else.
So you had your second child with Mr. Williamson?
Yeah, because that's after we got married.
So how soon after you got married?
Well, it happened that I got saved. It was happened that one day I was sitting, what do you call him, tenant yard?
Tenement.
A tenement in him? Oh, tenement.
That's the Jamaican name.
Okay. So I was round the back of the yard one day, And I just hear a voice say to me, it's time now. And me and the people them in the yard will live good enough. This thing me not live bad with nobody. If you want to live bad, that's your business. You understand? And I got up one day and I went to a couple of them and I said, I'm gonna turn my life to Christ. And them said, yes, Marcia, you should have gone a long time, and that's where it started.
So nobody invited you to church?
Yeah, man. Well, before that, my cousin, my same aunt, all of them, they used to go to Wildman Street, and them always keep on inviting me, but we never really ready yet and stuff like that. Until that day when that voice said to me, it's time now.
Okay, so you started going to church now, and then you think it's best to just settle down now and get married.
Right, because man was still talking, so he, may I have to say, he came into the church for me. Yeah.
Because he had no intention.
Yeah, and no intention of leaving. Now play ease up, so, it happened that he came to church and stuff like that. Come and tell him, say, if we were to be friends and so, you have to change your life and whatever. So I guess, yeah, because he was forced,
So what age you got married?
I got married at 20. Got married at, I think it's 20.
20?
Yeah.
20 years old. Okay. So how long, soon after you got married, you got your second child?
Bob was born 1980. That was the terrible election. I remember
What was his full name? What's your son's full name?
Bob? Khalil Williamson.
Yes. Born now with the 1980.
Yeah, he was born 1980, and that was the election, the terrible year with the election. And I remember in the night when I was at home, you see where I was living, let's backtrack a little. My husband, when we planned to get married and whatever, we went away, look, when you're getting married, you make preparations, you go and look for a place to live and all of that. So we went and we checked out somewhere in Vineyard Town and we decided that we would, And when he went home, he discussed it with family and them start to fuss and say, him can't leave them because him are the oldest one and big man them, we are the oldest one, you're the oldest one and how you gonna leave out and whatever. And so the man listened to them and he said, let's stay in that yard where he lived. It was a terrible yard, full of a lot of men with smoking on the back and this and that. And it's like me say, Jesus, my life just mess up right there, son. But what to do? And I tell you, election night, it was terrible because there were a lot of men in the backyard and stuff like that. And so at one point, we just hear outside, well, soldier fire shot. And the one of the man them run from the back, run through the gate and go down. It happened that the soldier must have saw them and they ran because, And I said, listen, them run right back into the yard and there was this one guy at the back. I'ma tell you, say, he ran so slow, that boy him not smoking, not do nothing. Him one of the best out of all of them, but him always just sit down with them. And I said, when the soldier them reach the gate, the man them I turn the corner because it's two houses in the yard, one at the front and one at the back. And the guys them run through the gate and them run and turn the corner now. And he was the last one at the back. And the soldier them fire the shot. And it goes straight through him and I was right at the door. And the shot just pass and go through like that. So say me them step one step.
Inches away.
That time Bob was lying on the bed inside. So it was a very traumatic time for me.
Can you say, look how that could have been me?
Yeah, and when you look all the holes in the wall from the what you call them, spential and something. Yeah, it was so.
So you decided that you need to move from that environment?
Wanted to move long ago. I had life so hard. It was so very, very hard. Very, very hard. But I tried to struggle with my children, I had a friend of mine, her family was very good to me, they used to help us out at times and stuff like that. But my husband was the kind of faithful husband. He was this kind of womanizer and all of that. They cut me to the bone at that time. I don't know. I was so distraught. It was.
So you found out you had other relationships going?
Yes, man. Those things over the years. Oh God, listening. Oh God, it got to me over the years. It's like I was getting off of my mind.
Yes.
And I had decided to just one day. I think I went to a street meeting one night, and here's where everything just kick off. Made us start scream, and it's like me I get half of my
Reach
head.
a breaking point.
Right. And this friend of mine, Mrs. Fraser, what recently died, late Fraser, she took me to her home, and I stayed there for a little while. She was treating me so well, and after that I left her. I went to Mrs. Taylor, Sharon Taylor's house. She took me in for a little while also.
These were members from the church?
Yeah. And I stayed with her for a good while. She was very good to me, treated me very well and stuff like that. And at one point I left there and I got a room somewhere down by Renard Road. For a little time. Then I moved from there and I went to Victoria Street over by Franklin Town. Yeah, I think that was the last place I lived before I moved to Portmore. Because after that, I moved to Portmore and then to here.
You probably moved more than 15 times.
May I tell you, I'm telling you, Leslie.
Always on the move.
May I tell you, straight from my mother's time. Can you imagine my mother went through this moving?
Yes.
And then me come
back to the moving.
Yeah, oh gosh, I tell you, it was something else.
Tell us about the second one.
That's Karine. Yeah.
And when was she born?
She was born 1983. At the University of the
But after that, then you realized things started deteriorating.
Yes. So, yeah.
You went your separate ways.
I had to move on. And of a fact, I didn't plan to have any more children because I was so uncomfortable in the situation and stuff, relationship and stuff like that. I went to the country to my mother to stay and, came back up, and that is how I got Karine and stuff like that, which I have not regretted none of my children. Even when I said, with Kai, when I say balance, yes, I want to have a baby for you. When him asked me, I say, yes, I've never regretted it.
Yeah.
Never regretted it. My son, Bob, never regretted it. He's my only son. But because of the trauma in my life, the situation and everything, oh my God, it tore me apart. The thing is, in Alestine, when I left, I felt so bad, but I couldn't do anything. I had to run with the youngest one, which was Karine. Left Bob, which is Khalil, and Kayi, which I should not have left Kayi, but I have, you understand? And it really tore my heart apart. Remember, my husband was not Kayi's father.
Yes, Mr. Mullins, different from Mr. Williamson.
Right, her stepfather. And he could have, you understand me?
Mistreated her and everything.
Right, and trust me, he was very good to her, but I felt so bad because even having those men in the yard, I think they went through a lot of trauma. Even Kayi, it's got some stories that she told me, and I say, I feel so bad because I said, oh my God, look what I've done to my daughter and all that and whatever. And then Bob, oh my God, it affected Bob so badly. So badly. So I guess that is why he's like this today, because he's blaming his father for me leaving and all of that. And then overall I'm blame because even at one point him started to talk all sort of something less than. He was saying that how me send the two girl them go pen tab one school and me don't send him there, me send him go on the road. So I said, Bob, that could not stop you from coming being a good student, right? The girls did their best. You could have gone there too and do your best. I always let them go to the same school. After they left the basic school, they went to micro practicing. The three
Sure
of
of
them.
them,
Now the
yeah.
two girl and him never go. You understand? The
All
three,
three.
all three went. The two girls did well. He was just a trouble child, so he make trouble to and fro. They have to keep on calling me about him and whatever, you know.
So
It
he was
broke
staying
my
with you at
heart.
that time? At Michael practicing, he was living with you or with his dad?
I think it with me.
With you.
Yeah. It broke my heart so much. Broke my heart.
I really think not having his dad around
Yeah.
really
Yes. Yeah.
affected
Messed
him.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
Some
It's,
persons underestimate the presence of the father in the family,
Yeah.
even if you're managing as a single parent.
yeah.
But some children cannot manage
Yeah.
it.
Me as a grown person now understand that is it. But in those days me never understand, you know.
You
And
probably think him just like give beer trouble.
right. I call myself when we used to beat him or whatever. But if that one part Kai say she used to get beaten too, cause one day she left and went to some fit or something with some friend, and me take a piece of bone and me go up there and get so lick, you understand? So that him alone used to get beaten. All of them used to, you know,
Yeah.
get beaten and stuff like that. I love all of my children the same, but
You think he was affected the most?
more yes. Kai was affected too. Kai was really affected. Cause as I said, it was her father and I left her there and whatever.
What about Carrie?
Karine. Karine was affected too because guess what? When I took Karine, Karine had to although she was the smallest one and I ran with her. She had to be here, there, and everywhere too.
So she wasn't settled
She
either.
wasn't settled. Even at one point, her sister had her, and she used to give her sister trouble too. But at that time, they were all troubled, and never understand, So, it was just so bad. And Bob grew with all this. I don't know if I say animosity or whatever in him heart, I don't know, but Bob is just not sacred. Him tell us from time to time, and then I get to understand now that he's a hurting child.
He's hurting.
Up until this moment, he's a
It has to
hurting
be.
child.
It has to be. So let me go on a pause now and just give you the opportunity to apologize to him. That's the best you can do. You can't take back the past.
Yeah.
Just say what you have to say to him now so he can know your heart.
Yeah.
And likewise, you say one to Kai and to Karine. As you said, the situation wasn't the best, but just tell them what is on your heart now, and that's all you can do. Apologize. It's up to them now.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Because even with Bob the other day, I text him and I, apologize to him, which I'm gonna apologize again, And he broke down, he accepted the apology and but all I can say now is Bob,
Talk to Bob.
Bob, I just want to say I am sorry. I'm asking you to forgive me for what transpired early on in my life. I was so young, didn't understand, but it happened. And I know up until this moment, you might not understand what really went on, but son, one day you will understand it better when we get together and can sit and talk about it. I am so sorry. I didn't mean it. It wasn't intentional. It's just how life went. Your mother was so young and didn't understand the life. So, son, again, I'm asking you to forgive me. And I love you.
Speak to Kai and then Karine.
Kai, I can also say, I'm sorry. I should not have left you, but I could not have done any better. I was young, didn't know where I was going, so as Karen was the smallest one, I had to run with her. I know a lot of things could have transpired, a lot of things could have happened to you, I know that you're at one point you must be, you must felt devastated. But Kai, I am so sorry knowing that Mr. Williamson wasn't your father and you was left all alone with him. But thanks be to God, he was a very good father to you still. And I'm so sorry this happened. And again, I can say, Kai, it was not intentional. So forgive me, my darling. Please forgive me. And I love you so much. Karine, although you are the one that I took with me, I know you went through a lot. Because I had to have you from here, there, and everywhere. And I know it was not comfortable for you. So, Karine, please forgive me. And thank you all, my 3 children. Thank you all for loving me. Karine, I love you. I love you, Bob. I love you, Kai. I love the 3 of you the same. You are from my womb. I am your mother. And it doesn't matter what happens. I love you. I love you. And please forgive me. And I'm just thanking the Lord Jesus Christ for where he has brought me. No, from where I was to where I am today, it is only Christ. And I know Christ was in my life from the beginning. If Christ wasn't in my life from the beginning, I don't know what would have happened, but I know that he directed my life. It was all because of Christ. All because of Christ. And children, I'm asking you just to forgive your mother. Just forgive your mother. I love you so much. And I will do anything in the world for you guys. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. And thank you guys for returning your love for me.
All right. So there you have it, children. A genuine apology there from your mom. Just meditate on it for a while, and I pray that you find it within yourself to really forgive mommy and move on, because she did her best that she knew at the time, but things happen, situation never work out the best way, but she's asking for your forgiveness, and we hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive. So we're going to shift gears now, Auntie Marcia. We don't want to spend too long because I realize your journey is pretty detailed.
Yeah.
I know you were involved in teaching. Tell us how you got involved in teaching and that little journey there as a teacher.
Oh, as I told you, I have always wanted to be a secretary. Well, in those years, at one point, I just decided to. I can't remember the years and stuff still with certain things.
Yeah, man, that's fine.
Yes, I just decided to do some 60. At one point, I started to go to before that I got let me tell you this now. I had a friend on the same road where I was living. She had a daughter, I had Karine. They are the same age. So we decided to take them to Pentab. Right. So it happened that one morning.
And that's Pentab Basic School.
Yeah, Pentab Basic School, yeah, at Wyman Street. So one morning, out of the clear blue, we took them to school, and the principal called my friend and myself, and she said to us that, excuse me, she said to us if we could cook some food for the children today. So I said,
who was the principal at that time?
Mrs. Lorna Berry.
Lorna Berry.
Lorna Berry. So she took, said to her, cook some food for the children. I said, what happened to the persons who are, she said, well, something transpired, so she's just asking us to cook for them. Anyway, my friend and myself, we accepted and we said, okay, we will do that. Because one thing with me, I'm a people person and I love children from ever since. Backtrack a little, when I used to be in Campbelltown, they take all the children in the area, cook up food, fried chicken, everything, carry them, go a gunboat and them something that is just me. Just love children. Anyway, I said to her, Okay, we will do it. So we cook the day, come back the following morning. She asked me again. So till it look like I said, well, Claudia, something happened, man. Why we have to be anyway, me never go into that because me not really. And even at one point I said, Mrs. Berry, me not want get no trouble, because, you have persons there who was working and then you come out and I don't want anybody to. Anyway, we were there and day by day until it turned into a week, 2 weeks, blah, blah. So it happened that it all started at the canteen for me. I was there doing my best and stuff like that. And, one day Mrs. Berry came to me and she said that I am a very intelligent person and she think I should be in the classroom. I said, me in the classroom? I was so nervous about that because, let's say I'm a shy person. I don't know who me I talk to, so now, me because one-to-one, and those persons are
Nobody else is here. Just the two of us. Nobody else is here.
Very shy, trust me. And I said to her, me, Mrs. Berry, because, I speak to the children nicely and I just love children. I just love them and try to treat them the best and all of that. So I guess they were observing me all along and things like that. So again, I didn't take the offer. Then again, Maxine gone. She came. She was a principal. I think she was the second principal of the school. And yeah, she was the one who don't from my skin. She was a Marcia. You fit the classroom and you fit the classroom and whatever. So anyway, we just decided to just take on the offer and they took me out of the canteen and I went up to the classroom and tried to just observe and learn this teaching thing because I never yet want to be a teacher. I think I would want to be a secretary. Yeah. But funny enough, I was placed as a teacher, but funny enough, the Lord Jesus Christ placed me as a teacher and I had computer skills because before that, I went to Fitz. I don't know if you know about Fitz and the commercial.
No.
Fitz and the commercial up by Crossroads.
Yes.
And they used to, the typing there did very well, pass out very good. And them time, so the touch typing, whatever. So, I did it because I love the secretarial work so much. I went and I did that course. I did well and everything and whatever. And so the Lord placed me right there because me have the same thing come like me as secretary and everything same because you understand? So it fall right there. So I guess the Lord want more than that for me. So and it happened that I was in the classroom. I learned so much, I observed the teachers teaching and all of that. And I tell you, Lestine, I got Teacher of the Year so many times, Even at one time I said to the principal, that is
Maxine Garden?
No, not Maxine. All right, after Maxine Garden, then came Mrs. Valerie Buckley. I was under Mrs. Valerie Buckley too, yes. Very good principal, trust me. And that is under her care, I, got Teacher of the Year a couple times and stuff like that. And I would say to Mrs. Buckley, please don't give me Teacher of the Year again or whatever.
You asking her not to give you?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Teacher of the Year, please don't let it happen. She said to me, Marcia, what is due to Caesar?
Yeah. If you deserve it,
you're going to get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who say or what say. Yeah, understand. So anyway, we just take what she said and go on and stuff like that. Anyway, I was there, still teaching, doing my best, Because so only your best is good enough. So I did everything. Lestine, I don't know, when working as a teacher, I don't think myself just sit down and believe me just a teacher, whatever. I would do anything, Lestine. Even at one point, one of the teachers, Mrs. Doreen Jones, the both of us, we take it onto ourselves and we draw things on the wall outside and we'll pay them. Because even one day an artist came on and he said, who drew these things? Because maybe he was looking at work on them someday. And he said, who drew these things on the wall or whatever? And they told him that it was the teachers and the principals. The principal and the teachers did it. So I said, we go the extra mile, go the extra mile, watch face Lestine. And my motto was, workers unto God. And some of the teachers, them used to take time mock me. But I just me that. Yeah, some of them used to take time mock me. Like a teacher will go to another teacher and say, come on, man. And the master say, you must workers unto God. Workers unto God. People don't mind still, but, it was good, yeah. And I had a great time with the teachers, nice family together. And, so we would have really good teeth and tongue, we meet and whatever. But I love my teachers very well. And I always go out of the way for them. Even when, I remember some point, some of the teachers, when I was, teaching them to write lesson plans and all of that. And sometimes I would cross out them lesson plan and whatever, and them used to vex and say, Auntie Marcia, why you cross up my lesson plan? And they were so,
So pause. So how you get to, you say you were going to do the CXC, how you get to this lesson plan stage, You did further studies and...
Oh yes.
Bring us up to speed,
Oh yes,
please.
yes.
Bring us up to speed quickly.
Yeah, but I did the CXC and I got, I think, 3 of them, and I applied to St. Joseph Teachers College, and I was accepted. There was that's UA. Yeah, I was accepted, and I went there for 4 years because it was we had to go in the evenings.
Yes.
So I remember the night. Listen, I don't know how I do it. Come leave school so early because I was wondering if I could do it. Although when I did the CXC, I never get no ones. You understand? Because I leave school so long, but still was accepted. Along with the years I used to teach and whatever. And I went there. I'm say, listen, I don't know how I went through college, but God took me through. He took me through because when I graduated with credit and stuff. I said, how come you reach a credit? You understand? And anyway, after I graduated, my friend encouraged me and said, Marcia, apply to you, man, because you can't do it. I said, no, my brain can't take it. I said, my brain can't take it. I don't even know how I make it through here, but I know says the Lord carry me through because without him, I'm nothing. And I applied to the university and they gave me a test. What is it? English proficiency test, I think its name, right? And that was a test what a lot of persons fail. Yeah, because I say, then if so much people always fail a test, they
tricky.
Very tricky,
Yes.
Pure, very, very tricky. So I say, how me I go manage that test now, whatever. Anyway, take the test and waiting for the result and all of that. When I went in my email and I saw, I say, congratulations, you have passed the English proficiency. I said, what a scream. I could not believe it.
Elated.
I tell you, man, so elated. I said, God, it must be you, it's not me, you understand? But I'm a really English person still, because even me not get the top grades.
Yes.
I never fail an English test here.
Yes.
Never coming up to never, And I said, thank you, Jesus, and whatever. So went and did what I had to do and got into UA and was there. And trust me, it was amazing to see how the Lord carry me through. Even at some point, when the professors would give you some things to do, and I said to myself, I can't manage it. I remember one time, one of the classes, I cry. And my colleagues them said, Marcia, you can't do that. I said, no, I can't do it because I not understand the paper. I not understand them. Say, yes, you can do it, try. And I cry, I never do it even. And them go and them tell the teacher, say, me not, cooperating, me not do it. And, she spoke to me and she just tell me, say, Mama, go home quietly, take the paper, go through it, sit down and try and, formulate some things in your mind and come tomorrow and do it. Because she never marked me down or not, because she really realized I never understand this thing.
Yes.
And I went and I did what I could do. And when I was finished, she said, well, look at that. Yeah.
You did a good job.
I remember, backtrack a little, I remember when I used to go to St. Joseph Teachers College. There was a IT assignment that I never really understand, and I couldn't go through it because so much family and this and that. And I don't know if you remember, you were the one.
Me? You sure it's me?
You were the one I called, and Lestine, you took me through it.
So I don't remember that.
Me no know, but you see, some things you just don't remember. And I always tell people, I never forget. Lestine, if it wasn't you, I wouldn't pass that IT. Yeah, and
All right, move on from me now. I make me start crying.
No, man, but you have to give Caesar.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. So after you finish UE now, and you went back to Pentab, or you say you're going to try another school?
UE. No, my friend was saying if I wanted to do my master's, but I said, no, sir, I'm going further. Come here and get whole and whole. I mean, I say whole and whole. In this stage, if I was younger, you know, as backtrack a little, just like I'm saying, you helped me one day. You know, when I was in university, there was a, oh my God, what's the name again? Population. The population subject I was doing, and couldn't understand the formula still. And Heather Prendergast, she took me in, and she teaches that subject, and she said to me, Marcia, so and so and so, and she took me one place and she showed me everything. And I said, Lestine, when I went in the exam, remember everything what she said, and hopefully plain, and that so comes pass.
Thanks, Auntie Heather.
Yes, thanks to Heather. Thank you, Heather. Always tell our thanks. I always talk about it. Yeah, you know. So that is how things.
So you went back to teach at Pentab. Are you?
Yeah, man. When I got my degree, yeah.
So how much years that you were there now at that time?
At where?
Pentab. Okay, it's about a few years now you're there.
In all, 28 years.
So you didn't leave any at all?
Not even leave any at all. I think 12 years as a teacher, 12 years as a principal.
Oh, you say you became principal?
Yeah.
You have to tell them how you reached there. We just use that and end on a high note, because not everybody gonna know.
Well, at the time, it was Mrs. Buckley was the principal when I was there, and you know, she was leaving. She was going to migrate and all of that, and she chose me. She called me and she told me that she was going to send up my name for principal. I said, no, Mrs. Buckley. I said, Mrs. Buckley, can't manage that, because listen to the way me shy and whatever. Me not think say. Me no know. Me not even could
manage that one. That's too much for you.
Yeah, I couldn't manage it at all. And she down on me and she down on me. She said, yes, you're going to do it. You're going to do it because your name is going to send up. You know, Miss Buckley talk faster than your name is going to send up. I said, no, Miss Buckley, please. Anyway, I couldn't do anything about it. But she sent up my name and stuff like that. And happened that I became the principal of the school and I was there. Trying my best.
And you spent 12 years, you said, as a principal.
12 years as a principal. And it was very challenging sometimes, you know, but the Lord took me through, you know. God is always there with me, you know, and sometimes, even within myself, I wonder, sometimes I see, even when last week, I think I was talking to her, I think it's my neighbor, and I was telling her, I don't know how I made it through college and then university and whatever. And to me, it is nothing for me, just for me, let me tell you how me see it. Getting my diploma and then getting my degree is to help others. You understand? Because that is what I want to do in life. Not to brag about nothing. Because to me, degree I'm still not know enough. You know? You know, I'm still not know plenty enough things. So, you know, but God pulled me through, and it's for me to just, you know, apply it. You know, a way that to help people or children out. Because even my 2 grandchildren and my Karin's 2 boys and stuff, I help them to read, you know, teach them to read. They're reading now, and these 2 girls and stuff. And that's so. I just want to use the degree to help people and all of that.
So you leave the teaching profession? You left? You resigned?
No, not resigned. I retired.
You retired?
As I reached I reached the retirement age. Yeah, that was 60 car teachers. I don't know if they move it up now, but at the time it's 60.
So that would have been about which year?
Oh, about 2019.
2019.
Yeah. think about 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fully retired now. So what do you do now in the days? For fun. You just have some fun, relax at home with the grandkids.
Yes. Just relax at home, and
Mhm.
I feel good. Cause people always ask me, "How your retirement? If you're born, this and that." But listen, I'm a person. I'm always on the move, and although I am not that well in body because I did a back surgery recently, and I'm still in pain, having a lot of nerve sciatic pains down in my legs and stuff. But I'm a person that still can't sit down. I have to be on the move, and I enjoy looking after my grandchildren. When I go to Canada, I enjoy looking after the boys. I can't sit down no matter what them say. Mommy, sit down. No, Kai will say, Mommy, sit down. No, carrying the same thing or whatever. It's just me, and I help to grow Bob's two girls, two children, Kayla and
So like you have a
Khalil.
lot of grandchildren. Just list
Yeah,
out
man.
all the names now. Because I don't want none of them say them get left out,
Jesus.
So for your daughter, your first daughter, Kai, how much grandchildren and the names?
Kai is three. Akeem, Hannah Elizabeth, and Grayson. That is for Kai.
And your second, your
son is Khalil, because he has his father's name. Khalil.
So it's Khalil Senior and Khalil Junior.
Yeah, Khalil and Kayla. And he has two abroad. Listen, I don't remember them name.
That's fine.
Right.
So there's two more there. So it's four there. So that's 4 and 3. That's 7.
Yeah.
And your last daughter now.
Yeah, he's carrying as 3 boys. Mikhail, Matthew, and Malik. I guess it's because I'm not around, but other two abroad, but I'm gonna really remember the name.
Or resides overseas.
Yes, I'm gonna remember the name.
So it's 10 grandchildren that you have?
Yes, 10 so far that I know of.
That you know of? Yeah, let me just leave it at cap it off there. Leave it at that. So as we wrap up now, Auntie Marcia, could you just leave a word of encouragement for those persons who are watching who probably have a similar upbringing like you, always on the move, not settled, and never have the best life growing up, but it's never too late. Give them some encouragement and let them know that it can be done.
Yeah. Well, I'm encouraging persons who are in this era. It wasn't an easy time for me. And as you have heard what I went through, it doesn't have to be like that for you. And I can say it's the Lord Jesus Christ that has brought me through. He has been there for me from the beginning until this end, until now. And I know He will be with me onwards. So I'm just encouraging older persons, young people, especially young people, just do what you have to do now, I think this era is an era where you guys are so, technology inclined now, so you guys might understand life a little better. Although I know you guys are going through peer pressure, and peer pressure is not a nice thing, it's not an easy thing to deal with. But just, I'm encouraging you all just to allow the Lord Jesus Christ to guide you. If I had known the Lord before, if I had known the Lord how I know Him now, I think my life would be much different. But it is all about Christ. It is all about allowing Christ to be in your life and allow Him to guide you. So that is few words I have to leave with you today. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Auntie Marcia, for sharing with us. And thank you all for tuning in again. Join us again next time for another interesting interview. Be blessed.